Now, even though there's tons of different high-yielding dividend ETFs to choose from throughout the market these days that offer exposure to different underlying holdings, single stocks, basket of stocks, or even indexes, when it comes to picking a high-quality, high-income ETF, there's really only a few that I would think of when it comes to an investor that might be pretty busy or maybe even just lazy and doesn't want to spend all that much time in their portfolio. Now, in this video, I'm going to go through and share with you guys my number one pick for a very busy dividend investor, or if you're just a very lazy dividend investor and you don't want to do all the research a lot of us do for whatever reason, but you still want to have a very high-quality, high-income ETF that's going to pay you a lot of income from day one, not an abdicate whatsoever, at least so far, and also offer a lot more than that. So if you want to see which ETF I'm talking about, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z dividend investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly, get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook, where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now, with all that, let's get back into the video. So just in my opinion, if we are looking for a high income ETF that we don't want to really have to think about all that much, if you're a lazy or busy investor, either way, I think a high income ETF that offers exposure to the S&P 500 is a very good place to start. Now, the reason I think this is probably pretty self-explanatory, looking at the max time frame chart, as far as the S&P 500 goes, the S&P 500 has been a very good performing asset over the past several decades and has been very hard to outperform. Now, because for this video, we're talking about an ETF that is a high income ETF, we're not, of course, going to buy the SPY or the S&P 500 on its own. We are going to be looking for a high quality, high income ETF that's going to offer S&P 500 exposure, but do so through a high income strategy. Which brings me into my number one favorite pick. This is actually my favorite high income ETF across the entire market. Also, SPYI, or the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF. Now, before we go over all the numbers and I share with you guys all the reasons I personally think this ETF is perfect for an investor that's busy or lazy. For those of you guys maybe new to this one, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF SPYI seeks to generate high monthly income in a tax efficient manner with the potential for equity appreciation. Now, the underlying exposure, you guessed it, is the S&P 500 index. I'm not saying this is the best underlying exposure across the entire market, but the S&P 500 has been very stable over the last several decades, and like I mentioned, has been very hard to outperform. Now, this ETF is going to offer high monthly income generation. The yield for this one is around 12.5% as of right now, and it's been paying around 50 cents per share per month for the last several years. The ETF is also very tax efficient. It pays a large amount of the distributions in the form of ROC, or return of capital. The ETF also has upside potential. It has actually grown over time since inception, which is of course a bonus when you're talking about an ETF that does have the main objective to seek high monthly income. Now, as far as the most recent distributions, as you can see right here, around 52 cents per share per month, 51, 51, 50, around 50 cents per share per month on average if you look back over the past several years, which is a boatload of income considering this ETF costs around $50 per share. That means that for every $100 you spend on this ETF as of right now, using the basic math to go off of, you're looking at around $1 of forward dividend income. Now, of course, there's also other great high income ETFs across the market. I own tons of them in my long-term portfolio, but because this ETF does offer that S&P 500 high income exposure, I think this ETF could be a perfect sort of set and forget ETF in a portfolio if you're a busy investor or if you're just lazy and you want to have exposure to the markets. Now, generally speaking, when someone's talking about how the market is doing, they're referring to the S&P 500 as sort of the benchmark, but this ETF, like I mentioned, has run a 12.5% yield, monthly dividends, which are amazing and very consistent. Lots of high income ETFs might pay high yields, but their dividends might be all over the place. So especially if you're an investor like myself that wants to use dividends distributions in the future to live off of, consistent monthly distributions are key. Also, this ETF has no NAV decay. It's grown over time, actually. The income this ETF throws off is also very tax efficient. Lots of ROC when it comes to SPYI. Upside potential, the ETF has grown over time since inception, which hasn't been anything too crazy. This ETF started trading in 2022 at around $50 per share, now trading at around $52 per share. So it's not like it's grown insane, but still up around 7% as far as price return goes for an ETF that also pays around 12% yield per year. Now lastly, looking at the total return for SPYI on the max time frame, again this ETF has been trading for just a few years now. It's up around 54.2% on the max time frame as far as total return goes being the metric. This is price return and distributions included. Now this average is out to around 14% per year average return, and that's at least since inception. Not bad whatsoever. Definitely a great ETF to look into. Again, if you're just lazy, busy, but you still want some high quality, high income potential. So now that we talked about my personal favorite high income ETF, SPYI, and why I think it could be the perfect ETF for an investor that's rather busy or maybe just lazy, I lastly, most importantly, have a question for you guys down below. When it comes to an ETF that pays high income from day one, that is perfect to sort of buy, set and forget in your portfolio, what are some names you think of? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.